Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being here with Simply Hermosa, What Makes You Beautiful. I'm super excited. I've got Erica Beltran of Backyard Eats.
Hola,
I have Miss Luciana with Deluxe Cosmetics.
Hola.
She is one of my sponsors, so thank you so much for hooking me up today, making me look all glamorous as always.
Like always?
Like
you
always.
look like that. Remember? I just put...
Yeah, you just went poof, poof, poof.
Yes.
There was a little bit, yeah. Thank you. You worked your magic. Yes. So today's show is really about relationships, talking about, what women want and how. Well, first of all, congratulations on your engagement.
Thank you. Felicidades.
Nice. I'm so excited for you.
Hi,
Wow, you did really well. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm super excited.
I bet.
Nervous, excited.
So I was super jealous. I saw that you went and did the Princess Diaries. I was like, oh, yes, that's so cool.
So we went on a trip to San Francisco, and I didn't expect anything of it. Here I am thinking, oh, he's going to surprise me on my birthday or so-and-so. And we went, and my dream was to do that whole, that I wanted to go visit her house and everything.
Right.
But San Francisco is small, but it is big too. So it was kind of like a 40-minute drive to like the home. So I got like the little pieces and created the whole Princess Diaries, like the high school, and then where she went with the grandma.
Yes,
so it was fun to do all
cool.
that. Yeah. And after that, we went to Napa Valley. And that's when he proposed.
Oh, how romantic. How exciting.
Yeah, it was cute because it was raining, and rain is like my favorite type of weather, so I felt like it was just perfect. And he was so worried.
And it was.
Yeah, and he was so worried that, oh my God, it's raining, like, this is a disaster. And I'm like, no, this is actually like perfect.
Nice.
But I was speechless, and he was like, answer me. And I'm like, you were like, is this real life?
Are we pretending here? Or are you for real?
I was like, but it was real.
How
It's
exciting.
real, and I'm super excited.
Like what? Like when you guys gonna get married? Did you guys decide already?
No, so it's been about 2 weeks, and everybody, the first thing my mom's like, when's the date?
The date.
La mexicana
to put on
nomás,
diet.
Cuando te proponen, ya tienes que tener la fecha. I didn't even know. Like, I was like,
Wait, let me just get used to wearing the
let me
ring.
enjoy it, like. But I'm thinking, like, I'm a Scorpio. He's a Scorpio, so I figure something in the fall, maybe next year, like October or something like that.
Well, the fiesta can be little.
No, definitely not.
And Mexican style, it is what it is.
And a lot of food for sure.
Yes.
Awesome.
And drinks.
And drinks.
Yes.
El tequila, bacanora, cerveza, de todo.
Qué
And of course, you guys
padre.
are
Who's gonna
invited.
do your makeup?
Well,
Me? Okay.
I was like,
All right.
you can always volunteer.
There you go.
So you see, that's what we do here. We connect. So Luz, you just got back from California. Tell us about that trip.
It was exciting. It was a really good trip. I love it.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was the first time that I went with people that it was just collaboration all the time. Like we didn't even talk like daily or a week. I don't know. And it was so much fun with Liz, as you know, in Yules. It was amazing. It was amazing. And I learned a lot. Yeah, we saw a master about brasileiro. I said it wrong. Makeup brasileiro, which is like, it's not transfer. Like it's really good. Blindado le llaman pues. Todas esos, yeah. It was really fun.
So
Yeah,
what are the
I love it.
So what are the new trends? Because that's always something that we try to keep up with, and
we always try. But for me, honestly, it's my makeup, my rules. Like I always say that it's you're gonna wear what you wanna wear. You're they're gonna do your makeup how you want it. I know sometimes, it's fall, so these colors. Well, it could be fall and you can wear, have pink on your lips. It's okay. It all depends. Like if you know how to use it, you're gonna use it. And it's gonna be perfect. O sea, si te puedes mover con esos colores, si puedes ser tú, sé tú. Siempre lo digo. Ay, Dios mío. Ya
ya te van a pegar.
No me pega tanto. Poquito.
O cuando no
Beso,
quieres.
mi amor. No, siempre me pega. Es un abusivo. Es un abusivo. Dios mío. Tiene mucha pila. Ya pues.
So we were, so we were talking today. We had some pretty good conversations when I was in the chair getting my makeup done, and so
it was yep.
I know. So I was a little embarrassed because I was like, oh my goodness, I'm not so experienced.
Yeah, because we were, like, what?
That happens.
What?
Even when you go get your hair, your makeup, because I'm blonde 8 hours straight. So
yeah,
with my hair lady, the conversations that we go
they're so
and talk about it's like my mom is like this. I'm like, Mom, maybe you shouldn't be here.
Right.
No, but you get a lot lot of confidence with you. Mucha confianza, mucho.
Because there's so much trust on the person that's making it pretty, you know?
Right, so. For sure. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, we were talking about, that's why we were like, okay, let's talk about what women want. Let's talk about relationships.
Going down?
No. Diego stepped out of the booth, but, he made some comments. Becky, just bravo to you, Pero
él quiere un masaje, ¿que no?
Yeah, I think so. So we're going to send it. He did say that. So
we'll let her know.
Con un señor, con un quiropráctico, dijo. Dijo, well, it's okay. Dijo.
Yeah, for sure. But, so Erica.
Yes.
How long did you guys date before?
So it's going to be 2 years in May. In May, I kind of started dating here and there, and I wasn't sure. I wasn't ready. And I think the most beautiful things happen when you least expect it, because I did not want anything to do with him. I was like, he's so kind. Yes, I was so attracted to him, but I was like, I don't think I'm ready. And then I just I was like, no, he's just going to be a friend. And then after that, he kind of he was like, no, let's go on dates. Let's go on trips. He's taking me to all kinds of places. We went to San Diego, we went to Miami, New York. He took me all these kinds of places. And at first I'm like, am I just going on the trips because I want to go on the trips? But then I literally fell in love with him, and he is so kind. My family loves him, and he's just I think you've met him maybe once. You'll meet him again for sure. He's very kind. So it's almost impossible not to fall in love with him.
Oh, how nice. Yeah. What does your mom say? Because that's always the biggest one, right? So, it's always your mom.
What's your really Mexican mom say? Un saludo para su mamá.
Yeah.
Hola.
My mom, I feel.
Yeah.
So she was very excited, and I was so surprised because the relationships that I had, los odia. Every single person
because they're
had
never
something.
Yeah, well, they're never good enough.
And I was always like, Mom, I'm never gonna find someone perfect. You're never gonna find someone perfect. And then this one was just completely different. She just adored him from the beginning, and like I mentioned, it's so easy to get along with him. Even my dad, I was todo ranchero, vaquero, así de que, ay, te vas a casar con mi hija, and he was like, he's a good guy. You better be nice to him. And I'm like, oh, I am a nice person.
Right? That's awesome.
What are you talking about?
And that's always hard too, meeting the spouse's family. You never know if you're going to get along, right, or if they're going to be as in love with you,
right,
as you are with them,
right,
and you always want to put your best foot forward.
Yeah, definitely.
So being in a relationship, that's really hard. That's one of the biggest things that we all kind of struggle with.
It is a lot of work. It is a lot of work. I think it's a lot of 50-50. You have to accommodate to their needs, and they have to accommodate to their needs. It can't always be what I want. Mm-hmm. You always have to, hey, what do you want to do this time, And I think that's what makes it work. And then when you have issues, communication is key for sure. And that's something that I learned from him, because I'm very stubborn. Y soy cabecita dura y me prendo, soy una mecha corta. Y él así de que stop, let's talk about it, let's communicate. And I'm like, okay, you're right. And so I've learned a lot with that.
That's good. And so, okay, so I've been married now. This is going to be my 27th year, right?
Wow.
So for me, what? Yes.
27. That's
yes.
good.
And so it's been my whole adult life, right? Yeah. So I just know him. I grew up, and it was him right out of school. We had our son. We've got 3 amazing kids now. They're all grown up. Super excited because they are, they're self-sufficient. They're doing their own thing. But it is taken a lot. His family, his sister and his dad, I adore them, but me and his mom, we really didn't get along. And so it was really hard on my end to try and keep the peace, try to stay, you know, as kind as you can, even though no me quieren. But I mean, at the end of the day, you get used to it and you say, pues ni modo, that's kind of your deal, and I'm sorry you feel that way, and let's keep going. And normally I would never talk about my suegra. I don't like to do that kind of stuff because, I mean, again, but how many women are going through that the suegra doesn't like them, and so it's hard. And she's a great person. It's just me and her just don't rub well together.
Still?
I'm going to say that. Yes, still to this day, we just don't rub well together.
But maybe because you guys don't, like, spend time together, like, on the family?
No, and she doesn't even live here. So, I mean, it's good.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's good because, again, but I feel bad because he's in the middle, you know?
Oh, right.
So,
and it shouldn't be an issue.
So I just try to keep it as positive as I can. We try not to talk about each other. We try to kind of keep him cordial. Switzerland, you know?
Yeah, Switzerland. That's good. Yeah. And I think that's one of my fears too, you know, like.
That's what's gonna ask your suegra.
Yeah, I love her. She's so kind, and she really doesn't say much, you know. She stays in her lane. She's always, she has me on Facebook, so she's always commenting on my pictures, like, mijita que hermosa. And I adore that, you know. And her and my mom get along, and they talk, and they text. Really so I'm like, okay, wow, I've never had this before, you know, past relationships where I met, like, las suegras and this and that. I never had, like, a communication with them. It was just, like, the boyfriend, and then I never knew about the family. But I guess in all reality, it wasn't really, like, that serious, I guess, because now it is, and I'm getting to know her so much, and she's just super kind. But that's what I'm afraid of, like, maybe in the future, you know, like, different opinions on the way you view different things, and it's like, oh man, like, I would never want to put, like, him in the spot where, like, he needs to choose, like, his mom or me, you know.
And that's difficult. Again, we've been married for 27 years, so obviously there's always been some, like, again, we try to respect each other. We try to respect the boundaries. But, you know, the joke is, before he even walks in the house, I already know how he's feeling just by you know, the conversations that we've had, like, during the day, or, you know, if he comes in, and just by the look, I know what he means. I know what he's gonna say, and I'm like, ay, vamos, you know. So it's a blessing, but it's also a curse when you've been with somebody so long that you learn them like the back of your hand.
Wow. So you just, the energy, you just feel what they're, wow.
And you can look at him. I can look at him now and already know what he's gonna say.
Wow.
So again, but being married so long that you just, and you don't know anybody else but him.
Right. Like, so it's kind of like you become one another, right?
Yeah.
Like, in a way.
Yeah.
I mean, you're spending so much time, and you pretty much,
because that's your partner.
Together.
That's your partner in crime. Like, for
everything.
That's supposed to be.
Everything. So you depend on each other. And then now, as the kids have grown up, we identify some of the things that the kids say, and I go, see, that's you all right there. You do that. Like, and he was like, oh no, it annoys me. And I was like, well, that's why, because that's you.
Yeah. Oh man. It's tough. And I feel like, I mean, as a new relationship myself, like, I feel like that's where, like, work comes. That's why you've lasted 27 years, because,
well, you definitely have to put each other's you have to be open to communication. That's the biggest thing. And that, because soy bien enojona, and I get, like, stubborn, and I want my way, and he's the same way. And so sometimes we're, like, at each other, but we're not, like, the arguers. We're like, he shuts down, I shuts down, and then we don't talk to each other.
Yeah.
And so that sometimes is worse. But, you know, that's just kind of
how you
manage. Because for me, it's like, I need to talk till or we fix it or not. So it's nothing on the middle. No. For me, it's like, we okay or not? So, te relajas, me relajo, so.
And we're both the same, like, so we're the same age. So that's another thing, is that, again, we've grown up together. We graduated the same year. Like, so we actually have been.
Like me.
Adults together. We learned.
Grew up together.
Yeah, we've learned how to be, you know, parents, how to be adults. And so, is it good? I don't know. it's got its advantages and it's got its disadvantages. But it's worked.
And I think it's like three different perspective of what a relationship or what we want. Because for me, it's like I was married for 10 years, then I got divorced. So it was hard for me, like, to like, how do you date? How do you do this? Or, oh, no, like, you know, I don't know. It was hard. And then you met people and then you're like, am I ready or not? Or it's completely different. So for me, it's hard. It was hard. I think it's not hard anymore because my boyfriend is a little younger than me. And a little, like just and then like that, and that's it. We're 14 years apart, so it's hard because he's younger. So that's the thing. It's not the same if he was different, but he's an old soul. Like he tolerates me, me soporta, me aguanta.
Good.
And that's the thing. That's like, how do you do that?
Yeah.
How? And I guess because we love each other. Yeah. Because I do. Like, and it's like, oh, that's cool. I like it. And it's hard. And it's really weird. Raro. It's different. I don't know how to say. Because it's completely different when I was married.
With someone that was close to your age.
Mm-hmm. And it's been 3 years with my boyfriend. And it's completely different. And I love that. I love the way that I am, and I love the way that I am right now, that I wasn't.
And
so
that's funny that you said that difference of ages, because I've always thought that, you know how they say age is nothing but a number and this and that, but I never applied it to any of my relationships because it wasn't that far of a difference. It was 2-3 years, which is not a big difference. And my fiance is 13 years older than me.
Wow.
So I was like, that's funny that you said that. And it's true. Age is nothing but a number because his personality, like, you know, and our personalities, we match. We're friends. We go out. We hang out. Like, we can go home and watch a movie, or we can go to the bar and order 10 shots of tequila and tacos at the end of the night, you know? So I think it's really cool.
How old are you?
I just turned, I'm going to be, I'm 31. I'm like, sometimes I forget after 30. I'm like, I think we should forget after 30, right?
Yes.
So I'm 31.
I did.
Yes. So we're not going to.
Oh, you're, okay. And your boyfriend? Prometido?
He's 44.
Oh, okay. It's 13.
13 years.
Well, I'm 37 and my boyfriend is 23. So it's not the difference. I guess it's just like the tapa. Where it's like, oh, he's on the 20s. So he's not even on the 30s and you're on the 40s. You know, it's just, that's what it makes a difference for people. But it's not for me anymore. At first I was like, you know, it was different.
And Jamie is saying that.
But it's okay.
You know, Jamie's saying her mom and dad are 10 years apart. So, I mean, I think that it's something that's out there. I don't know. I don't know if I would be able.
Y creo que es más común now.
And it makes sense.
It is.
Know? But I don't know if I were to be separated tomorrow or divorced tomorrow. You know, the things that I've seen out there, it's kind of scary.
It is. We're like, it is.
Oh, gosh.
No, it is. It is.
We both.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But then you start something. You're starting something as a single person. Let's say that, like I did. And I was like just crazy going out, you know, family and everything. But I was going out. It was so different. And then you get with someone that it's same thing. It's with you, but he wants a family. So we have a family, but we go out a lot. We get drunk a little sometimes, you know. So it's a little. We go out a lot, and we do a lot of things that I didn't do before. So it's.
So I mean, I guess the other question is, me and him are very like polar opposites, right? So sometimes we clash because I'm everywhere, and he doesn't like to be everywhere. He wants to be at the house. You know, he works a lot, and so, you know, he's tired. He's tired at the end of the day, and he doesn't want to go to an event with me that I've been working on, and he doesn't want to be out there with me. So then it's hard for me too, because I'm out there and I want somebody to be there for me, and then he doesn't want to do that.
Exactly.
So it's really difficult, again, to have two different personalities. I think when you have similar personalities, I think it just kind of flows a little bit better.
Makes it easier.
And from what I've seen.
Yeah.
How about you, Jamie? Since you and Alex, this seem to be a huge team, how does your differences make your relationship better? Or are you similar in ideas? Give us your feedback. I mean, I'm always curious to see how other women handle that. Like, are you guys similar in the things that you like to do, or?
Yeah, we're both a lot into like sports. So I've always been like a tomboy ever since I was little, always into sports, soccer, volleyball, everything, boxing, you name it, I did it all. And he was a coach for Sunnyside at track, but he is for cross country. Oh, okay. So he's always active. And then sometimes I kind of like, the gym, que flojera. Come on, babe,
good.
So we share those similarities, and then we push one another. So he's always like, let's go to the Tumamag, let's do this. And then sometimes when he feels like he's pushing me too much to the gym or whatever, he'll be like, let's skip the gym today. Do you want to go have a drink? And I'll be like, yes, it's Friday.
Nice.
I'll never say no.
Friday. Yeah.
I was like, yes. So I think, we like the same things, and he knows I'm younger, so he doesn't want to take that away from me, where, like, if I want to go out and he's tired, like, he'll even if he's tired, sometimes he'll be like, ugh. But then at the end of the night, he'll, like, end up enjoying it, and he'll be like, yeah, I'm glad we went out. So.
I know.
So, we shared a lot of things in common.
That's good. And how about you, Luz?
Like, I'm same. Like, you know what? Sometimes I have fibromyalgia, which it sucks, when it's raining or cold. So at that time, it's like everyone hates me. Because, like, I can have plans all day, be ready, and then, like, 2 minutes after, I'm like, I can't go out. It's just I can't. Even if I have a lot of green medicine on I can't. I can't. It's just the bag, green. So but it's hard. But the thing is that, I'm like, let's go out. Or we don't have to dance, but we go to the bar. We go to the movie theater. He changed what he wants to do because he does that. That's amazing. He changed because, okay, he does understand
to accommodate.
Yeah. Because I told him, I have fibromyalgia. And I'm an old lady, like old lady. On winter.
You can't be saying that at all. Like,
no, but at that time, I'm an old lady. Like,
you're like, no, thank
and he's
you.
like, it's okay. I can handle.
So
yeah, he does.
So Jamie goes, we are similar in ideas. We both have always been a team hustler since we first met. He was the head behind the scenes during my modeling. He was my social media, picked my outfits, and always made sure we were on point for our events. Awesome. And so that's so important when you have that much support, that somebody believes in your dreams. So it's awesome. That's awesome.
And now that you said, that, at first, I didn't want to give him that extra. And now I'm like, because he always tried to help me on my boyfriend, He's like all the time, like, okay, like if I have a expo, if I have something, he wants to be there. And at first I was like, no, I don't need you.
Yeah.
I don't need, because I can do it myself.
You were used to doing it by yourself.
Because I was divorced and single at that time. So it was like, and then you have to let him. And because, if he's the guy that you're going to be with, it has to be a couple. It has to be like together. Now he does that. Like, I'm like, I have this and this, and he's like, okay. So we book, and then we're together because that's how it
should be. That's how it should be.
You become a team.
Yeah.
You work together at your goals and everything.
Yeah. So that's a really, For me, it worked.
So I'm a little bit older
and he's young and strong. So,
So I'm very different, right? So me and him are so different that it's taken some adjustment, and I'm kind of going through my phase because you girls are very young. I'm hitting that empty nester stage, right? So my kids have already grown up, and so it's been a process for me trying to identify who I am. Because once I've done everything. I've done the mom. I've done the wife. I've done all of those roles that I'm supposed to. And so now it's just like, okay, what's my purpose?
What do you feel like? I mean, now it's your turn, right?
Right.
Like, do you feel like you left yourself behind, or like you didn't?
I did, because again, I was so focused. Again, coming from that traditional Hispanic family, that culture, you're supposed to do everything for your kids.
Exactly.
Tú ya no es ti. You know, it's
You
about
have
your
kids,
familia.
it's not about you anymore.
Yeah. You know, I'll never forget. You know, my abuelo told me, pues, te casates, te chingates.
¿Para qué te casabas, Juan?
¿Ya ves? ¿Ya ves?
But I mean,
es como, está muy feliz, comprometida. ¿Le digo yo o le dicen ustedes?
So, I mean, pero sí, I mean, that's the mentality that you go into when you get married and you have kids. I mean, you just kind of, as the matriarch of your family, because that's who you become. Right. It's not really about you. It's about who you represent and what you are. And then, you know,
but
again,
that's with the first marriage. You're gonna be okay by the second. For the second,
okay. Well,
I mean,
you know, and again, so it's coming into my own. You know, coming into my own and finding out who I am outside of what that was. Now it's time for me to just find myself.
Find yourself.
And you're doing it.
I'm trying. I will try.
And you're doing it.
Yeah, I have good days. I really do, and I have some really bad days too. You know,
we all do. So
that identity of who I am, that's so important, right? Because again, who am I when I'm not, like, that's no longer who I am anymore. You know,
and I think that might be like the biggest fear, like finding who you are and doing something new. Because for everyone, doing something new, like even coming in here, sitting down with you guys, I was nervous, you know.
I know. And
so
and Diego was like, "You're gonna." He didn't even give me an option.
Do it.
Right.
Like, excuse me.
He didn't. So if he approached you the way he approached me, he was like, "You're gonna do this," and I'm like, "Diego, I don't want to be behind the camera. Are you kidding me? Like, what? Who wants to hear what I have to say?" But now I'm like super bossy around here. Thank you, Chris, for all your creativity and
he
all your
should be
support.
getting to the podcast once in a while, because I know he's thinking. Thinking.
Yeah, he definitely has. Like, he does have his 2 cents. He actually has his own podcast too.
I can get into your conversation.
You're welcome. So
okay, sexy.
So
you know what? Actually, she said something. Lou said something that hit me. Is that I was with my ex for 16 years, okay? And within that 16 years, like, I'm pre-cell phone. So we had pagers. That's what we had. And my kids, I had my kids all the way through 16 years, and then I hit 40. So I'm at 40 years old, and I'm single for the first time in 16 years. And all of a sudden, it's like, so how do you find someone? Yes. And like everybody at that point in time is like, well, you go on sites, you do this, you do that. And it's like
guilty.
No, and this is serious. Like, so I'm like, now you're in a situation where you're really not so social. Like, I was huge social. I DJ'd all the local nightclubs, did all this other stuff. I was very social. But during my prime times, if you want to say that, I was in a relationship. And so then now all of a sudden it's like, well, then you start realizing that the opportunities, the waters are kind of shallow. Well, like when you get a certain age, it's like the waters are shallow. It's like, damn, what do I get to select from? The leftover scraps at the swap meet? I mean, like, honestly, that's what it is. Like,
I went to high school and then I was in 2 years. You and 2.
That rock hit someone. That rock hit someone.
But it's really hard to find people that are genuine, that don't have luggage or problems. Like, you get into these situations, it's like, I mean, she found someone a lot younger.
Yes.
I mean, now mind you, she's not even the age that I was, you know?
Yeah.
But she found like someone a lot younger. And it's like, obviously, they don't have the problems, you know? Like, you're dealing with damaged people when you get into our age group.
Yes.
And it's like,
well, that's what I say. I mean,
whole nother mess.
It looks really scary out there. Let's be honest. And I think that's another conversation that I had today at lunch with one of my, my colleagues, one of my, one of my mentors. And he was like, that's kind of why women, like, why we stay where we're at, because, what's out there might not be as
it could be worse.
Yeah, that
financially worse.
Worse.
Yes.
And so again,
It, a lot of the times, like I played the opposite role, so I got my kids. Like a lot of like women, obviously they they take off with their children and so on. And for a female to be put in a position where she has children and have to worry about financially being able to make it becomes a very difficult thing.
right.
And like the same thing. So like I went through it, and like I would have so like my conversations, like when I met new people, I'd be like, oh, I did that, you know?
Okay, and so what's the question when you start dating? Can I see your credit score? Like, does that mean,
Yeah,
I mean, and that's part of it too, because if I have to be honest, like I'm going to fail. Like I'm going to fail right now.
And the other part is too, is that like, when I jumped into being a father, obviously I didn't have like a career. I wasn't that guy. So I made it through with 2 incomes. So me and my ex that's how we made it, is because financially we were sound. Now, we were great parents. It was a bad relationship. We were good parents.
I think, well, you can't necessarily say that either. You just kind of
No,
don't.
I can totally say that.
You can't, well, no, but again, you might not have been the right people for each other at the time, and you brought out the wrong things in each other, because that is an actual statement.
No,
like, that is definitely.
We were good parents.
Yeah, you can definitely be good parents, but you can also be a bad pair. Like you can
but
also
I just said
be.
that.
In a different, but
That's literally what I just said. It's like we were good parents. We just weren't a good couple. So like I would do anything, and she would support me when I said stuff. And, you know, we were a good pair on that note, because I knew I could rely on her to do what I was asking. And she would do what I was asking, which was great. We parented well. But when it came down to intimacy between ourselves, or just, you know, trying to make each other feel a certain way,
Well, I think you stopped.
That became hard.
I think we stopped communicating after a certain time together. You stop, like you just kind of take each other.
You become numb.
We stop trying.
You
guess.
just get comfortable.
You
like
get numb.
You don't have to put the work in.
You become roommates.
Yes, and it's something that you have to stop that. Like, I mean, there. Like, if you see that that's happening, okay, what we're gonna do? How we're gonna work on this?
Oh no, and like
but if you just
physical attributes, like we also get into this point where like you become no longer physically attracted to, because the honeymoon phase goes. You become more like, why doesn't she do this? Why isn't he doing that? You know,
well, and that's a huge issue. You're right. I mean, because it's on both sides of the coin.
Exactly. And the problem is that we're so convinced that it's one or the other and not both of us. We both got problems. You know, like, I mean, it's just what it is. And the hard part is your children sit there and watch it. And the funnier part is they're watching it before you even knew it was going on.
Well, and that's perfectly kind of a great segment into what makes you beautiful. You know, we're teaching our kids how to have relationships. We're teaching our kids how to deal with life in general. So, like, we subconsciously think we're doing the right thing, but when I shut down, I can guarantee you that one of my kids will probably be the same way in their relationship that they shut down.
That's what he's seeing.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a difficult job being a parent, one, but then we all have issues and we all have coping mechanisms that we apply to our life, that we think that there's not going to be repercussions, but there is.
I'm sorry, the comments.
I'm just looking at it.
So I'm
Carla. Read Carla's comment.
Yeah, I saw that.
Que Diego dice que tenemos potencial.
When we're so used to being comfortable or in the same routine, it's hard to get into the way things are now. We're now going into the world and being vulnerable. There is no rule that says a woman can be in charge and set the boundaries and rules of what you accept and don't expect. Wow. And that is true. You know, again, as a Hispanic woman, your role is to be subservient to your husband. Like, and they set those rules up. And we had this conversation too. We don't teach our girls, especially our girls, how they're going to be viewed. Like, I've had the most interesting conversations today. Like, all day long, we've been talking about, you know, how do we educate our kids? How do we reflect on our relationships? Because let's be real, relationships take work. It takes,
yes.
It takes, you have to be present in the moment and then be about what you're like. It's hard. It's hard. And I don't think that we give our kids, especially our girls, well, and that's not true either because I have both. And sometimes I see my kids and I see that they kind of struggle like with intimacy and they struggle with, you know, just being comfortable in their own skin.
Well, I think it comes from like one of the interesting things that I've seen is that ethnically wise, you start seeing how different relationships or how different roles are for different people. Like one of the first relationships I had, which was weird. Completely. Like after my relationship, I got on, I think it was Tinder or some weird stuff, right? And I don't care. I'll throw out my business. I don't give a crap. And so like I met a girl from Nogales, Sonora. And
Tinder.
Yes.
So Tinder?
Been there, done that.
Yeah. So like still friends to this day. Like, still friends.
Yeah.
But, like, it was interesting because the way men treated her over in Mexico was completely different. And she'd be like, why are you so nice to me? Why are you so nice to me?
So are you advocating for white people? Are you advocating for white boys?
Nobody knew what I was.
No, but machismo. Machismo.
Yeah, I think
that's the word.
You're the one that just promoted my ethnicity because I never said anything and no one can see me.
So that's great. Though.
Like
it's
blue, gray eyes.
But anyways.
He's got beautiful eyes. I agree.
Yeah.
Yes, we were just talking
like
about that. So we've got him already.
That's the only thing that looks good.
I disagree with that, you know. And again, that kind of feeds back into what do you consider? So, Erica, let's put the question out there because that is.
What are you guys attracted to? What draws your attraction? And you know what's funny is because the first time I met you. Bernadette, you're like a trophy wife, and you started naming off like blonde, big breasts, all this other kind of stuff, and so on. And I'm like sitting there like, I don't like any of that. I don't want any of that. So why is that a trophy? I don't want that trophy.
I think it's different perspectives.
Absolutely.
Too, yeah. Sometimes I like, you know, mis lonjitas, la papada. And then I'll show pictures of me to my boyfriend when I was like younger and skinny and doing all these sports and I was a stick. And then I'm like, damn, I want to go back to that, you know? So here I am like working out, like pushing myself to be that skinny girl. And he's like, I don't like that. And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, don't you want like a skinny girlfriend? He's like, no, like I like, you know, what you have front and back. Yeah. And I was like, oh, damn, you know, and here we are thinking that everybody wants someone that's skinny, blonde, tall, like, and in reality, it's not true. Like, there's so many guys that I know that they look like this curvy girl, and then there's a skinny girl, and then I want to be the skinny girl, but then my friend will be like, damn, that girl has, like, curves, and I'll be like, I'm
a face guy. You know, like,
I'm
a face guy. I love really a good face. Like, I used to tell people all this, like, I want to roll over in the morning and like what I look at.
Yes.
Like, I don't care how much makeup you do and all this other stuff. Like we're all going to change. Like, the image that you see when you first met your boyfriend is going to change.
Well, it definitely is. But as our flaws, like, as our definition of what beauty is for ourselves, that's where the insecurity comes from, right? So we feel like we need to look at a certain way, look a certain stereotype, because again, that's what we've been fed all our life. So we've been saying, and it's till this day, you know, we're still getting, like, I think I saw Cheryl Tiegs or something. She talked about how Ashley Graham had no business on the cover of Sports Illustrated because she was a bigger woman. You see her now, you see Cheryl Tiegs now, and she's not. I may misquote that, but she was just, you know, very negative, and then she faced all kinds of backlash because, let's be honest, the average woman is now more curvy. She's a plus size. I mean, and if that's true, your idea of beauty is again, it's kind of all in the eye of the beholder, but like our ideal, like Marilyn Monroe, she was a bombshell.
Beautiful.
You know, what always freaks me out, right? And I'm sorry, I do it. You know, I do it. I'm so over like being like scared to be honest. Like I hate that shit. You know. So
As a couple?
no,
really.
no, just in general. So like I go on date sites. You know, I look for. You know, I'm trying to find somebody. I'm here. I am. I'm almost 50. Yeah, I know I don't look 50, but I'm almost 50.
I'm
so,
like, no.
but like it's funny because you'll go on a site or on someone's page, and it's like, oh yeah, I work out all the time. It's gym rats. Everybody's a gym rat.
Yeah.
Like if I'm sorry, Tinder, whatever, like Plenty of Fit. I don't care what damn website you go onto. They got to put stock in freaking yoga pants because every damn woman.
Don't be hating on my yoga pants.
It's the most
But I'm just saying,
comfortable
it's like,
thing on the world.
I love them to death, though. Don't let me. There's a
But
reason
that
why they're
doesn't
so
mean that I go
popular.
to the gym. I just
Yeah.
wear it to work.
You know, females, I'm sorry. Like,
yoga
you
pants.
do look amazing in freaking yoga pants, okay? It's true.
I do say that,
God bless
Jamie,
yoga pants.
oh my gosh, I gave Jamie a pair of my yoga pants, those high-waisted fajas, and they
Yes.
just
I
look
want to thank
so
Spandex for being the
glorious.
founder of
And
yoga
you don't
pants.
see
but-
through it. I mean, I love them. I love them.
I know.
But anyway,
But
anyways,
anyways.
but it's funny because it's always like, you know, you see they got pictures them in the gym or I work out all the time and I like to go hiking and all these other things. Like, it's like, are you normal? Like, who gets to like literally do everything on this checklist of being in shape? And it's like, I won't even go for those. I'm like, I don't have a chance in hell because I'm lazy. I'm not going that shit, you know? So it's just funny. It's comical. You know, it really is. Dating at an elder age, like an older age, such as myself, it's funny. Because, like, seriously, it's a joke. Like, it's really hard to find somebody that's just like, are you real? Like, I don't need to see like the what is it, the catfish pictures.
All right.
Like, just
That's
be you.
true. But okay, so in all honesty, let's all talk about filters because we all use them.
I don't even know how to use them.
I mean, I just took some pictures.
Maybe
love
that's the
them.
worst part.
I just took some pictures and I put a filter on it. But it's not necessarily because we're trying to fool you. It's because for me, like, you know my problem area. Like, I hate that I have the darker circles underneath. And so I want to lift it so that I'm not currently looking at my dark circles. You may not notice it. You may not notice it, but I notice it. So again, those are the things that women like focus on. And it's not necessarily for you. And we had this conversation too. Women don't dress for men. Women dress for women.
But you know, it's
Even
funny.
if you want to lose weight or if you know, you do it for
yourself.
Like,
But
for
it-
me,
but
I
it's-
love my body.
But it's
So-
funny
but-
because like you'll sit there and you'll be like, man, you know, I got to look like a certain kind of guy to
Yes.
match what they're wanting. So you're projecting like, and I'm not saying like you guys directly, but when you're going on to these things and they're like, yeah, you know, I work out, you know, I'm really involved or I'm very involved. You're projecting kind of what you want onto a man because that man sitting there going like, you know what? For me to make her happy, I got to be a gym rat too.
Right.
So it's like,
and,
or I
and
got.
that makes sense. I don't disagree with you there. You know, that
Yeah,
does
I
make
agree
sense.
too.
It does.
So it's almost like, you know what? I'm not even going to try. I won't even throw my line to try and fish that watering hole because, like, that individual is telling me just right off the jump, like, hey, look, I work out X amount of times all week long. I'm really built in on this. And you're showing, like, you're projecting, like, what that is. And in reality, it's like a guy's going to sit there and go, well, I can't live up to her expectations.
But that's not necessarily true either.
You're absolutely right. It's not necessarily true.
Because and again, if I was out there in the market and I was ready to pursue somebody that I can genuinely have a conversation with that makes me laugh, like that right there, if you can make me laugh, then
But that's
we're
what
gonna
you
get
say right now. But
Yeah.
no, like, let's say with people that they're dating at 25, 26.
Yeah,
it's not the same than what we're looking.
Yeah,
or what-
so
But
it
then
is
their
about
priorities are different too at that age.
Right.
Like
Yes.
they're just looking for a booty call or someone to hook up, and then
I was one, you know, so that's what I'm like. And
Yeah.
he's still 23 right now. But he, you know, like I say, it's an old soul. So it's,
also
completely different.
No,
so
you're
different.
totally right. So again, for me, I'm looking for somebody that I can have a conversation with.
Yes.
Somebody that not necessarily matches my style or my but is somebody that wants to that stimulates me mentally. Stimulates me mentally. That could be anybody. And so
What Carla said?
So no, Jamie says she hates filters on her TikTok. She never uses them because she wants people to know the real her. I have even used bare skin. I think that's why a lot of females follow me, because I don't cover my bare face unless I have my makeup on. Plus, when I'm out in public, no makeup. They say I look just like my TikTok pictures, etc. Well, and that's a good way to be as well, because more times than not, you're gonna see me without makeup. Without everything.
Because honestly, yes, you see people and you're like, wow, the pictures, and then you see in person, you're like,
wait, who's that?
Yeah,
I'm like, what?
She looks a little bit older in those. I wasn't
20
expecting
years
that.
older.
So I mean, I agree with that as well. But that goes back to the conversation of what makes you beautiful. So I'm going to ask you, Erica, what is your definition of what makes
Carla,
you?
I'm just reading.
What makes me beautiful?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so I think for myself, I always found it that I'm kind of funny. So laugh now. So, and I always get told that, and I think my boyfriend likes that a lot about me, that I just, I take things serious, but even in a moment of serious, when I need to break the ice, I feel like I'm always that one person that's like, hey, you know what? You don't know this person. Let's get to know each other. Even in high school, during camps, everywhere, I was always the nice girl. Let's hang out. Let's talk. Let's crack a joke. And I think my openness to getting to know people without judging them physically, I think that's what makes me beautiful. I will take any person in and get to know them.
Well, that's the way
who
they
truly
should
they
be.
are, and I've always been that way. I've never been shallow or anything like that. And I think personally that's the best quality about me, is that I'm just so willing to let anybody get to know me, or me get to know them, in that personal level, because I won't be oh, you're, not my status, or you don't look like you belong in my crew because we're pretty and you're not, that kind of thing. So, and I feel like I'm very loyal too.
And that's amazing. That's something that it should exist still, but it's hard.
And it is hard. It is.
Yeah.
And I think that too, women need to stop being so jealous of each other.
Yeah. It's like a Mean Girls episode every single day.
You're who am I gonna offend today? And I'm if you really knew what's going on in my head, nothing is ever about anybody else. It's just me trying to get through the day, right? And so we're not trying to. I at least I'm not. I'm not competing with nobody. I'm not looking at nobody else. I'm just trying to do the best I can today.
Because now it's about you. After you get out, well, not right now. I'm just saying, but when you get out. The relationship, you said, that we're moms and we're this and we're this, and now it's me and then me and then me. So my kids, they can be okay.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm saying because of me,
right.
It's about me, so they can be okay.
And that is, we have to give ourselves the ability to Luz and I love food. That's why we attract each other.
Poquito. Aparte, yeah,
and that's part of it too.
Es mi novio. Te amo, Prieto. Ya pues.
And I know I've asked you many times, Luz, but I want your definition about what makes you beautiful as well. Because again, it's important that other women talk about what makes them beautiful, because we're so always talking about our character traits. We never say something physical.
That is interesting. So the first thing I did, I was like, I'm funny. I didn't say I like my hair. Or
so if you had to identify something about yourself that you love, because and then again, that's being okay with what you see in the mirror.
Okay, so I like my eyes. I feel like I have like almost like I could be Asian, but I'm really Mexican. So I think and I've heard that before. Like when I'll take pictures and I'll smile, like my eyes kind of like go. So I feel like something attractive about me is it's my eyes, and then I have
they're
like
pretty, they're beautiful,
and these are my real eyelashes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Like,
I noticed when I saw your eyelashes.
I know she's over here looking at you. She's like,
yeah, I love your eyebrows. Yeah.
See, and she complimented my eyebrows. I didn't even like notice.
So, but that's what happens when you have a makeup artist in the house. That she's looking at all your stuff. And I'm like,
I know. Scanner.
Yeah, and she was like, Bern, you didn't even put eyelashes on the last show. And I was like, girl, it was late. You weren't around. I
was like, not even eyelashes. What are you thinking?
I had to fend for myself. But I mean, if you don't have a beautiful makeup artist to make you look, and I thank you, Luz, because you always make me feel beautiful in my own skin. You're like, I'm just enhancing what you already have. So those of you that do not know Luz, I mean, she's amazing at what she does. Yep. She is one of my sponsors, and I'm super grateful for her because she's been working with me. Now we're going on our second year with Simply Hermosa. That's coming up. I'm super excited about
October,
that.
baby.
That is a big deal. It's por mis raíces. It's going back to our roots. You know, we have a traditional Mexican theme this year. We'll have some tacos, some tequila.
Por favor.
Thank you so.
Claro.
I gotta judge that food for sure. You know it.
Well,
and we need models. Muchos modelos. We need another models.
I'm super excited because it's our mutual friend, Ruben Soto is
we love Ruben.
Yes, hi Ruben. He's gonna be our chef for the night, and so we're creating something really special this year. You know, we have Mariachi Viejo Pueblo that are gonna be performing, as well as Danza Folclórico. So this is gonna be a great show, taking it back to our roots, and then also honoring one of our models that passed away this year with some scholarships. Because it's important that we, as for me as a mom, to give back, and then this person, this wonderful young lady, left behind a beautiful family. So, you know, if I can give back, that's what I'm about as well. I mean, I do empower women, and I do feel like every woman is special, and to just let Arlena go without giving her, you know, her proper lugar, you know, because
she deserves,
you know, and if I can help one of the kids, God willing, someday I hope that one of the kids come through, and I'm able to be a part of that. Dang it, I'm already late. So that's what's going on with me. A huge thanks to Hola Tu Son for again being one of my sponsors. I have Luz, as that we talked about as well. I also have Baking is My Therapy. She is going to be creating the amazing treats for our Pop Studios party. Super, super excited about that. Everyone is invited. Friday, April 21st from 5 to 8 p.m. is our podcast launch party. We do have some VIP tickets. You know, and then we have a couple different podcasts. We've got Dia de las Luchas happening April 1st. Also happening...
Amor, vamos a las luchas.
Also happening April 1st is the Southern Arizona Showcase for Basketball. So that's an awesome event. Dr. V presents... concert that they're putting together. There's some really amazing events going on, and I'm super excited, Erica, to announce that you will be doing your own podcast.
Yes.
So give us a little more information before we have to kind of wrap it up.
So Diego kind of threw me into the wolves as always, which I love because it pushes me to like do something out of my comfort zone. And at first, you know, my background is just being like a server, bartending. So knowing the food industry and the restaurant, the culinary, all that. And then we created Backyard Eats, where we started doing a show and visiting just local restaurants. I'm always like a big foodie, but I love doing like small mom and pop shops. I mean, everyone can go to like Red Lobster, anyone can go to all those, but you only get to experience local, like if you're traveling, especially once, So I wanted to do was get people to know Tucson.
Right.
So we're like, hey, we live here, and there's like thousands of places, food trucks, restaurants that we have never heard of before. And I was like, hey, let's call it the backyard eats. Kind of like when you go, la carnita asada and all that. Like everyone's so local, traen la cervecita, las cebollitas, everything. So Diego was like, hey, let's go to the mom and pop shops and create videos for them. And we started doing that, and it was just amazing. And then now we want to kind of do a podcast where we get to invite those, the owners, the bartenders, and kind of their perspective and like what they think, and so
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the podcast.
Felicidades.
Welcome to the family. We're excited for you.
And
and just one more thing, again, I do ask everyone to promote and to help spread the word, not only for Backyard Eats, the podcast, but for also, Chris has his show. We've got Big Things Poppin' with Jamie. She's got an amazing show if you haven't watched it. Everything is happening here live on the Pop Studios. And I'm really excited also to announce that Hola Tucson, the magazine, actually will have its first show tomorrow at 5 o'clock. And it's about, buying a home. So it's an interesting series that is starting tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Tune in. It's starring Cassandra Preto, Cesar Torres. And so, and the tema is, casas presentamos dinero y más. Préstamos, excuse me, I just butchered that. So
sorry, no sabo qué.
So I am a little pocha.
Es una no sabo qué. It is what it is.
So, again, these are some wonderful things that are happening at Pop Studio. I also have a giveaway. If you would like to win tonight, I have a giveaway for 2 tickets to Method to the Madness happening April 8th. I will get that information on my own Facebook page, but we are giving 2 tickets away. Please like, tag, and share, and then I will be announcing the winner tonight after my Queriendo Alanzas meeting that I'm super late for. So thank you so much for tuning in today. It's been a pleasure,
Thank you
ladies.
for inviting me. I loved it.
I'm
Mucho gusto.
super excited to be working with both of you. I'm sure we have great projects coming up
Definitely.
soon.
Yeah, and next
Girl
Monday,
power,
see
girl
you here.
power.
We're going to do
Next Monday is a special
something
show.
special.
It's a special show. It is my birthday edition. So I'm excited. I got DJ Shorty on the house, and then I also have Stells from Method to the Madness to come help me celebrate my birthday along with my beautiful Luce. So it's a great show next weekend. I can't wait to see you there, and we'll talk to you soon.
We're going to have giveaways, so.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.